Hi, Joan Al. A few times in your episode, you mentioned that most people who take Social Security early and do not need the funds end up spending the monies and not investing. Therefore, you recommended taking Social Security later, say 67 or 70. My thoughts are the opposite. And a large percentage do, in fact, save their Social Security. How the hell does he know that?
He's done a market study.
What is he doing? Is he, in fact, a large percentage do save their Social Security. Well, maybe in your inner circles in La Jolla, you know.
Yeah, right. All his neighbors are doing it, Joe.
I guarantee. My mom spends 100% of hers. Let's say, for instance, one needs $5,000 per month to support their needs in retirement. They have a 60-40 portfolio with $2 million invested. Well, of course, yeah. Well, he's talking to his boys at the country club.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's not most people. A few people have that.
That's a few. That's not most. That's a few.
When you look at Fidelity, they come up with the average 401k balances in the country, and it's like 99,000. I mean, that's what it is. That's what most people have, and that's the average, right?
So he goes on. At age 62, they decide to take Social Security and receive a $2,000 per month benefit. This means they need to take out $3,000 per month from their portfolio. So essentially, they are saving $2,000 per month, because if they did not take Social Security, they would need to take out the entire $5,000. So they are essentially investing the Social Security proceeds. Okay. That's one way to look at it. Now we don't know if this is the correct option, because we do not know how long one will live. But I think this is how most people would handle Social Security. I think assuming everyone takes $5,000 out of their retirement because that is their spending needs, and then also spending the $2,000 Social Security at 62 is a bit far-fetched. I don't think we said that. If they're spending $60,000, they're going to take the Social Security, and then they're going to supplement that income with their other dollars.
Yes, right.
If they're already taking, they're going to take Social Security first, then they will take, in our experience, doing this for 20 some odd years and having thousands of clients in, but I don't know. Far-fetched, Al.
Well, we try to talk about what we've seen most people do. Yeah. Most people take Social Security at 62 because they need the money, and they spend every penny, and they're still short, right? That's what most people do.
Correct.
Now,
or they try to take it, or if they delay it, they're trying to delay because they're going to continue to work and they're going to continue to save. But most people feel the need that they need that fixed income when they retire. They feel that comfort that, hey, money is coming to them. If I have a few $1 million sitting in my brokerage account, I'm probably not going to feel that anxiety. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. But if someone doesn't have the few $1 million sitting in their retirement account, they're going to look at things maybe a little bit differently. So I think he misunderstood what we were talking about. We're not saying they're going to take out $5,000 from their portfolio, in addition, take out the other $2,000 from Social Security. Maybe some people would do that. I don't know if it's far-fetched. A lot of people are spenders, but it sounds like this individual is a saver. And savers are so much different than spenders, because it's almost impossible for a saver to spend. They're like, they can't do it. It's like, oh, I don't want to see this balance go down. Oh my gosh. And I mean, then there's certain anxiety levels there. People are messed up when it comes to money. I don't care how much money that you have or how little that you have. We're all screwed up. All right, I'll go on here.
Yeah, go ahead.
For those that have saved and learned to live within their means for retirement, they most likely will continue the behavior and live on a monthly budget. Yes, I think I just said that without even reading that. Therefore, I most always would rather have someone take it early, because the break even is far enough in the future, given even a modest growth rate. The odds of passing before the break even is greater than the odds of not. If this turns out to be incorrect and you live past the break even, Your $2 million portfolio has had an extra 20 to 25 years of growth and will more than cover the expense for the remaining years. Your thoughts?
I think when we talked about this, we agreed with this concept. If you're disciplined and can take the money early and you can invest it at a certain rate of return, you'll do better. I agree with that. Most people spend their Social Security, which is, I think, what we said. Another thing we talk about, Joe, is Social Security is tax favored. So on the federal side, only 85% is taxable. So 15% is tax free. And on the state side, most states, not all, but most states, it's tax free. So that's a great tax favored income source. That wouldn't you want to maximize that, right?
Okay, but his analysis is flawed in a lot of different ways, because let's say if you are taking $5,000 a month, he's recommending you take it early. I wonder if this guy's an advisor.
I think he is. Yeah.
So he's recommending to his clients to take it early, and then he heard our podcast. He's like, "Oh, I wonder."
Maybe his clients are listening to our podcast and blowing him up.
Yeah. So, right. So $2,000, he's saying, all right, well, here, $2,000. I'm going to take that $2,000 and then I'm going to supplement my overall retirement income with $3,000 because my total spend is $5,000. Okay. All right. So I'm taking the $3,000 out of my $2 million portfolio, blah, 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 blah. But what he's missing is that there's sequence of return risk as well. What is the market doing? How much money are you spending from the overall portfolio? And what is your withdrawal rate? Because the longer that you can hold that money out, you're going to have a higher fixed income later in life. That's when most people need the money, because I'd much rather have a guaranteed large fixed income later in life than have a guaranteed lower income earlier in life, because things happen later in life, right, where you probably need a little bit more cash. And if you run out of cash, at least you have a higher fixed income to potentially do the things that you want to do. So I don't know. We could go on and this one.
Are you prepared for retirement? Schedule a free financial assessment with an experienced financial professional right online at purefinancial.com.